My name's Rachel Johnson, part of the Johnson clan.
I'm Nigel Farage. I'm a salesman.
Nobody wants to be sold down the river.
I have spent the last 27 years of my life campaigning to leave the European Union. It's going to happen.
I was a Remainer and now I'm a recovering Remainer.
I don't believe it. But I'm pleased. I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. Look, how are you?
It worries me that Remainers who aren't in recovery, like I am, are beginning to sound really petty and a bit nuts.
Yeah. So if you ask leavers,
Yeah.
if your son and daughter married a Remainer, how would you feel? And they say, couldn't care less. You ask Remainers that, and a section of Remainers say they'd be appalled. I mean, the so-called liberals, and you're one of them, are so illiberal.
But don't forget,
Illiberal.
we have a mixed race family. I mean, a tiny minority of leavers in a very large family. But it's been that one leaver in the family who has led the whole country out of Europe. We've been this crucible of this national conversation and almost turned into a civil war at one point. And I'm so glad the civil war is over. What's going to be important now is winning the peace. And that's why I didn't feel that the Brexit, that the Big Ben bong for Brexit was necessarily very clever.
I think not to bring Big Ben around the rest of the world makes us look a bit ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Nobody's saying, and they didn't bong, and Big Ben didn't bong.
The established status quo never want change of any kind at all. But slavery is a very, very good example of this.
The what?
The campaign against slavery is a very, very good example.
Yeah.
Where an increasing number of people think it's wrong.
Okay.
But the argument gets made, if we end it, it'll have catastrophic consequences for the economies of Bristol and
Are you comparing the
Liverpool.
EU to slavery?
Same argument. Those that are in power are doing very well out of slavery. They've done very well out of slavery for a long time. And even though they know themselves that morally it's wrong, they will do everything they can.
What was morally wrong with being a member of the EU, an institution that I don't need to remind you, the single market was set up by a Brit and was run by Brits, and it was a British idea.
Bad Brits.
We're in a climate emergency. Let's not go into that.
Are we?
But we are now saying that we
Says
don't
Greta.
really, call me Greta. We can overlook the market 22 miles away in order to send container ships
Well, we're not
thousands
ignoring
and
it.
thousands
We're not
of miles,
ignoring it, Rachel.
putting sulphur into our oceans.
The fact is the world's become a very small place.
Nigel, the fact is the world has remained exactly the same size in terms of container shipping miles.
I'll tell you what has got smaller, the importance of Europe. Europe is a much less important place than it was just a few years ago. And that trend will continue.
I tell you which has become smaller, our power as a global player outside Europe. Okay, can we just talk about you leaving the European Parliament?
I'm done, I'm out of there.
And do you think they'll be glad to see the back of us?
I think they're going to miss us horrendously.
And are you going to miss them? You are, aren't you?
I'll miss the theatre, I'll miss that. I'll miss being the pantomime villain.
What are you going to replace it with in your life? You could go to the Lords.
Oh, I don't think. I don't think they'll ever offer me anything. But what
Why
I,
not?
But what I really want to go.
You
to
actually, I mean, you probably are more responsible for Brexit than any other Brit on the earth.
Yeah, but they can't admit that.
Why? They have to own it
They're
themselves.
too insecure. It's all too difficult.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How's your love life?
Not that active, really.
But last time we had lunch, I asked you if you could ever sleep with a Remainer.
Yeah. Oh, I think I could. Yeah.
You can manage it. Do you think?
I don't see.
Politics wouldn't get in the way of
No.
chemistry.
No.
How was it?
Pretty good, I think.
The whole country wants to lay this argument to rest now.
And move on.